Everyone, welcome back to my channel. For today's video, we are jumping in to my May favorites and flops, top picks of the month of things that I'm really loving, and a product or two that didn't make the cut. So if that's something you're into, make sure to keep on watching. And don't forget to subscribe because I upload every other day, and that'll be the best way to stay up to date and all the fun stuff I'm posting. So if you want to jump into the favorites and flops for May 2023, stay tuned. All right, jumping right in, and this is in no particular order, but I did use, actually, I used every single product that I'm going to mention today. So we're going to jump right in. In the order I did my makeup, I'm going to start off with the Glow Recipe Strawberry BHA Pore Smooth Blur Drops. This was the primer today. It's also a blurring and smoothing serum. I feel like it helped to refine the size and appearance of my pores and help to remove some of the texture in my skin. And I'm not wearing foundation today. I kind of spot concealed a little bit with another favorite that I'll mention. And I think everything looks really airbrushed, which I do really like. The complexion product I used was from Merit Beauty. This is the Minimalist Perfecting Complexion Stick. I used this to just kind of target my under eyes and some spots I wanted some extra coverage. This is in the shade Dune, and a very little bit goes a long way. This is the only complexion, coverage that I used today. And then to get the smoothed effect, I paired it with the Givenchy Prism Libre powder. This is in the shade Rose. And these three are the combo for the skin today. Now, obviously, I have blush and some other stuff on that I will get into as well. But these three products together gave me a smooth, glowy airbrush finish. The skin looks like skin. I mean, I am really happy with how it all looks today. All right, next, also from Merit Beauty. This is the Flush Balm in the shade Fox. I've used this a few times on camera. This is turning into like an everyday thing. I don't need more blush, but I'm going to show you how well this layers up, even on top of powder. So if I want to add a tiny bit more blush, I can just kind of tap this in place, and it'll just give me a little bit more pigment on there. And then with your fingers, or I like a sponge, just sort of pressing this in, it's just going to give a little bit more flush to the cheek. I love the way this looks because it does sheer out beautifully. So you can wear it as like a super intense blush if you want to build it up. Or for those no makeup days where you want your skin to really just look and feel like skin, you can just throw on a tiny bit and again, just blend it out. The trick to making it, for me, last all day long, because with most cream blushes, you want to use some form of powder on top to lock it in. I've been using a little bit of MAC Fix Plus on my sponge. This is glycerin based, so this is going to help to push all of your makeup into each other and have it turn into one smooth layer that lasts all day long. And then I'll just press it in with the Fix Plus on my sponge, and that just, I find, makes it last all day long. Next, this is a little pricey, but one of like my favorite brushes of all time. This is the Surratt Beauty Cheek Brush. I used this today for my highlight. I also actually used it to powder the under eye. You can use it to spot conceal. It is so soft. Definitely, again, pricey. But I'm going to grab, this is the Ofra highlighter this is actually the Nikki Tutorials Everglow in the old packaging. And I'm just going to take one of these just to show you how beautiful this brush works. But it just adds the most diffused and soft color to the cheeks. You can use this with blush, you can use it with anything, and it doesn't give you that weird stripe. Because of how soft these bristles are, it really just diffuses everything so well that you get this lit from within glow. It doesn't catch anywhere because of how soft it is. And because it's a synthetic bristle, you can use it with creams or powders. Obviously, with this kind of a brush, I prefer to use it with a powder, but I think it's just such a stunning brush. Absolutely leveled up my game. And you know, for years, I keep my favorite brushes in this portfolio on my desk, and these are the brushes I'm currently using at all times. And every time I would go through my current favorite brushes, there are some that you would see never come out of rotation, and then there are some that, like the highlighter brush, I could never find one that was better than any others or did anything different. This one has finally made me say, like, this is it, this is the highlighter brush, I am done, found it. I went super pink on the eyes today and really wanted to add a little more pink to the lips. And I pulled out, you can tell by how low it is, how long I've had this. This is the Fenty Beauty Gloss Bomb in the shade Fussy. This is actually the gloss I wore to my wedding. I don't know if I wore this color or I wore Fenty Glow. And it's obviously not like this exact one because that was like 5 years ago. But I love the formula and I've recently got back into using it. I've been using the Fenty Heat Gloss a lot recently, but I just went back to the original Gloss Bomb and I find it gives such a beautiful glow to the lips. It feels beautiful. It smells beautiful. I have no complaints. It is a gloss, so like I'm having my morning coffee. It does transfer because obviously glosses are going to, but I don't even mind because of how much I love the gloss. And for the brow combo, I recently got to try, this is the Milk Makeup Push Brow Shadow Stick. This is a new formula that has a spoolie on one side and it is a powder on the other. Now, I don't need to put on more brow, but I do want to give you a quick demo where you just sort of brush this where you want to target some more coverage in the brow, and it just deposits a tiny bit of that pigment. And then I switch to the spoolie side, and I will just sort of pull that away from the front of the brow, because you always want your brow to be lighter and sparser right here, and you want it to be darker towards the tail. So I will sort of pull that color towards the tail, and it just gives this soft, effortless, brushed out brow. And then I like to take the Kush Brow Laminator. I used to use the Kush Brow, like the colored form, that was these two mixed together. This is the shade Dutch, by the way. But now I do the powder, and then I take the clear brow gel. It's got like a spoolie side and a comb side. I will start with the comb side just to pull the product through my brow. And then I'll switch to the comb side, and I will just comb the hairs up and over in the direction I want. And this gives me that lifted, laminated brow look. Now, I don't want it to be like I'm seeing all over TikTok and Instagram where people are just like gluing the brow hairs up and that's it. To me, that's not the brow I'm going for. This is, to me, the perfect brow. It is soft. I can add more color if I want. I can change the shape if I want. But I just want to sort of fill it in, have it look even, and look good. And to me, that's all I need. So I actually only have one flop to talk about, and I did not like it at all. Because I did mention the MAC Fix Plus, which you know I love, I feel like it's okay for me to say that I hated the MAC Magic Extension Mascara that came in BoxyCharm this month. Or Ipsy this month. I don't remember which it was in. Actually, it was the Ipsy X box. Did not work for me, and I feel like it left my lashes looking clumpy and spidery. That is a pass for me. Actually, I do. I have two more flops to talk about that I totally forgot about because I already gave them to a friend of mine, so they're not in front of me. Normally, I have a little basket in front of me that, like, when I start using something day in and day out, it goes in a favorites bucket so that it's like, oh yeah, those are your favorites at the end of the month because you keep using them again and again. And I have a flop where I try it, I don't like it, it goes right in there so I could talk about it at the end. This mascara was the only thing in there because I already gave away the Anastasia Beverly Hills Primrose Palette and the Anastasia Beverly Hills Cream Bronzer. Both of them, I will link the video I did up above. They did not work for me. It did not look good. They were very, very warm. I have a cooler complexion, which means that pinks and cool tones look good on me, and those shades did not. Nothing against the formulas. I think the formulas were all very pretty. However, I need more than formula. I need the color to work for my complexion, and those did not. Now, as always, let me know your favorites and flops for the month down below. I would love to use your recommendations to really guide me in what I want to try next month, what products do you want to see me try for next month, and leave your comments down below if any of these products resonated as things you love or don't. As always, I will link all the products discussed down below, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!